If you forget me, know this. I won't break. I'll burn. This isn't a romantic poem. It's a warning, a vow, a declaration of love. With gasoline in one hand and matches in the other. Pablo Neruda was not at home, not in his country, not in his mind, not in his heart. He was in exile, fleeing political persecution, haunted by the betrayal of his own government, carrying in one hand the burning love for Matilde Urrutia, and in the other, the ashes of a country falling apart. This poem was written between both fires, between the bed and the battlefield, between passion and exile. The year was 1952, and Pablo Neruda was a man in pieces, in love, in exile, in danger. 3 years earlier, he had done the one thing poets are never supposed to do: speak the truth. In 1948, Neruda stood before the Chilean Senate and denounced the president, Gabriel González Videla, the same man who had once promised hope to the workers, to the miners, to the poor, and then betrayed them. Opened concentration camps, hunted his own people. Neruda's voice was thunder, his words were fire, his pen became a weapon, and the punishment, erasure, persecution, exile. They issued an arrest warrant, raided his house, tore his books, tried to silence his voice. But poetry doesn't hide. It rides. Neruda fled, on horseback, across the Andes, through rivers, mountains, snow, smuggling not gold, but verses. He became a man without a country, a ghost passing through borders, living in shadows, hiding in attics, crossing under fake names. But here's the thing about exile. It takes everything from you. Your home, your language, your ground, your reflection, everything except memory. Memory follows, memory haunts, memory survives, and within that memory was Matilde Urrutia. Not just a lover, not just passion. She became the country he could no longer return to. His refuge, his rebellion, his anchor to the world.
I want you to know one thing. You know how this is. If I look at the crystal moon, at the red branch of the slow autumn at my window, if I touch near the fire the impalpable ash or the wrinkled body of the log, everything carries me to you, as if everything that exists, aromas, light, metals, were little boats that sail toward those isles of yours that wait for me. Well now, if little by little you stop loving me, I shall stop loving you little by little. If suddenly you forget me, do not look for me, for I shall already have forgotten you. If you think it long and mad, the wind of banners that passes through my life, and you decide to leave me at the shore of the heart where I have roots, remember that on that day, at that hour, I shall lift my arms and my roots will set off to seek another land. But if each day, each hour, you feel that you are destined for me with implacable sweetness, if each day a flower climbs up to your lips to seek me, ah, my love, ah, my own, in me all that fire is repeated. In me nothing is extinguished or forgotten. My love feeds on your love, beloved, and as long as you live, it will be in your arms without leaving mine.
At loving in exile is war. Distance becomes an enemy, silence becomes a battlefield. Every day apart feels like another crack in the walls of love, and every letter becomes a question. Will you still remember me when this is over? That's why if you forget me, was never meant to be sweet. It was never meant to be gentle. It was never meant to beg. It was a threat wrapped in velvet. A declaration of war against forgetting. Neruda was saying, "If you dare let me slip into shadow, I will too. I will erase you, as you erased me. Because if love becomes absence, it will turn into fire, and it will burn us both." This isn't just about love, it's about survival, about how love, in the wrong hands, becomes exile, about how forgetting is not something that happens, it's something we do. This is a poem for anyone who has ever loved someone so deeply that even the idea of being forgotten feels like dying. Neruda knew. When the body leaves, the soul stays. But when memory leaves, nothing stays. This is the fire of longing, the fire that keeps you warm, or the fire that burns you to ash. And maybe that's the terrible beauty of love. It can save you, or it can destroy you, but it will never leave you unchanged. So ask yourself, who carries the fire in your life? And if they forget you, will you still exist? Because when love survives exile, it comes back to the body. But here's the question no one dares to ask. What happens when the body no longer fits the soul it carries? When the world you return to feels foreign, when your own skin feels like a cage, when the streets become prisons, when the mirror no longer reflects a man, but a shadow wandering through concrete and noise. Because sometimes survival is not the victory it seems. Sometimes coming back is when the real exile begins. In the next episode, we walk, not towards something, not away from something, but because existing, breathing, being has become unbearable. Walking around, Pablo Neruda, coming next in Enlighten My Silence.